Today's episode of No Offsides has been brought to you by Northern Tokes. Northern Tokes, be open. No offsides, no offsides. Welcome to No Offsides.
Dear Inline fans, welcome back to No Offsides. What an episode we got this week. I'm Keith Bowman, alongside me, my co-host, Tyler Daniel. You know the drill. How's it going, buddy?
Awesome. Doing great.
Still riding the high, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a good week. It was a good week in a lot of ways for a lot of teams, and we got a lot to go over.
Well, yeah, I was saying we're not going to go back. We missed, obviously, last one. But
we're in the now.
We're not going to go back, yeah, so we're kind of, sorry, guys, we're going to forget about that week.
We're in the
There's
now.
still some good stuff, but after this week, we kind of just... how can we not
good games.
go over
Upset
what we
week.
saw? Oh,
Let's call this episode Upset Week.
I don't... See, and it was funny, I was thinking, it wasn't even an upset week. This was almost like revenge week. Because you have to think, this is the first time, as far as I know, a lot of these weren't these first game matchups, or at least everyone's faced each other now. We all know that.
Yeah, but I don't.
Everyone's played at least one
as
game.
if it was.
Okay, so I looked.
Completely flipped.
So okay, but I looked, and I'm pretty sure every single team
Maybe
has lost to that other team. If that makes sense, maybe minus that one. But I know this one, and this one face teams that'll beat them.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool.
I know. This week though. Anyway, we'll go over that stuff, right? So. Wow.
Start from the bottom?
Let's do it. Let's start with our game. Our game at 2
Our Dirty
o'clock
Bunnies? Dusty Bunnies?
was a
Old
wicked
farts.
game. Before we go any further, the biggest shout out to my man Stapley. Aaron,
Big Aaron. Big Aaron.
Honestly.
If you don't know who Aaron is, you know who he is now. He's a goalie.
By God.
But he's...
He
what a rent-a-goalie, eh?
He ate his vitamins and said his prayers. For sure, brother.
Who would have thought, man?
I'll tell you that much. And played outstanding. Gave us a chance to pull the W.
Looked like he was about 6'5" out there.
Aaron, thank you. A big 4-2 win, though. It was great to see.
Yeah.
It was a game that both teams needed to win.
And I know it was only 4-2, but it was honestly closer than 4-2.
There was a lot of chances.
As weird as that sounds,
both ways.
Could have went either way.
Both goalies. Jurgen on the other side played just as well.
Yeah.
I know he stopped me on a plethora of opportunities. Yeah. Thanks to Keenan.
Who's that guy?
That was a wicked game. A fun game to be a part of.
Yeah.
I do want to make notice because I told my guys I would. If you watch the empty net goal that was scored, I'm going to point out the lack of effort. There's video evidence. One guy moved their feet. Except for maybe the guy in the crease.
Lanzo forgot what position he was playing, and he was trying to go back to his roots. And
it was a 3-2 game at that point, boys. I do expect more in these next upcoming weeks when the games really mean something.
For sure.
So 4-2 bunnies it was. Yeah. Aaron, to me, was the first star of the game, just because of the situation. Keenan was also.
And then honestly, I was gonna say no shot at the rest of the bunnies here, but. You, Keenan, and Jesse were the difference makers, honestly. And
well, you and Shell were struggling a bit, so it gave Keenan and I just that.
If anything, maybe we played more defensive, but offensively, you three were the ones that helped us out there big time. On the score sheet, no one else got a point.
Jesse, by God,
yeah, he gets better every week, man. Wow. I can't stop myself from looking at just watching him play.
And then once Ahon had to leave, Jesse.
Yeah, we went down.
He could have played the whole time. He only comes off to be a nice guy. He can play the whole
I think Sassman was having fun because he was playing with Jesse for a bit there too and stuff, right?
That was the goal.
Yeah.
That was the goal. Yeah. So that was a great game. And then I got to watch half of this next game, and then I had to go, and I was kind of pissed off.
I know you were texting me nonstop. I was like, fuck, you should have stayed, buddy. But I had stuff to do. The Amigos. Hats off, boys. Yeah. Messy hair, I don't care. Hats off. That's a huge win. Took that Donkeys team off the pedestal that I don't know why people have them on. I don't think a lot of people expected them to lose. I think a lot of people thought Donkeys undefeated all season. That's it.
So I got to see like the first little bit. It was nothing. Fucking halfway through the second, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Sid.
The third pick.
Davis.
Yeah, great game by Sid.
God.
Sid Davis played a Sid Davis game. When we have these little chirps at Sid, like
there's no little chirps. I've told you before, time and time again. You need somebody, Sid'll be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Sid's the most vocal goalie there is.
Big moment guy, right? he lives those.
Good job, Sid. Good job, amigos. Tough luck, donkeys. Hopefully, it's a slide from here. You never know. But 4-3 amigos in a tight game.
Yeah, and I think like even the amigos' usual guys like. I think
Thompson
Yeats again. I think he got 2 goals or 2 assists.
Yeah, two goals.
Still putting points up, right? And
he's up there for sure.
I think tied with you now, and then Keenan's right up there too, right?
Keenan's right there. Yeah.
It's a close battle. Everyone's fighting.
Keenan's gunning for the top. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. That's. I wish I had more to talk about in that game, being unable to watch it. But everybody that I talked to was like, "What a fucking game! What a fucking."
What I can just tell you is just like it was all near like that third period was just some great hockey, and it was just back and forth, back and forth.
Those are two solid teams, man. I don't
Amigos
know
just shut down the Donkeys.
I know Alex
right
actually. Alex didn't get any points. I think Hemi probably had 2 goals.
Which could be the deciding factor too, right?
Like Alex, you were
a big guy
leading the league for a while there, pal, and I don't know.
Get back up there.
He's a defenseman though. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Good
for him doing that.
So,
well.
I don't know. What else did you see from that game?
Oh, just that third period was just shut down hockey for the Amigos, and I'm sure Sid was yelling his heart out. It's hard to hear from the busy side we were on.
Sid's a champ.
In the foyer there, but he shut it down, and Amigos won. And I think Amigos are showing there, and even with that team, in a division last year where the Amigos could not win, how well they're doing this year.
Well, and they always how many times do they tie?
Exactly. That's every week we're like they're 1 goal, 1 shot away.
Like a number of times.
Exactly.
So good on you lads for being the first, not the last, but the first to knock them down.
But another one just to show how deep we are this year. Like
realistically,
and we can even go to this next one. Maybe gets a little bit less.
The next 2.
But yeah, the next 2 still. The last one's a good one for me. I had fun with that one, but I watched this one as well. Maybe not as much as this one, but great hockey.
Well,
the Mutts did Mutts things, and I remembered why they won last year against this team.
Stevie was a little. Oh, excuse me. Into couch.
Getting old for you.
Right? Into couch.
But
the Mutts, Stevie probably, I'm going to assume. I didn't see the stats. I should have looked at the stats from the game.
I know. I'm pretty sure Scott, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure Scott had a big game.
Scotty Armstrong.
And I think he's starting to pull up his socks a bit and be that leader that his team needs.
Okay.
And
getting near the big moments.
But it's also like, I think those other guys like Stevie Goodfellow had some guys hidden away, and those guys are showing up now too to help out. But it was the big 3: Stevie, Scott, and Steve-O. Right, so the big 3 that you need showing up are showing up for those guys too, and they got Dustin Wilson, the Wilson brothers, both burying a couple goals. Right, so
the Mutts got offense
for
sure.
Great game by them.
9 goals. That's the most in the ball all week. Like, you know what I mean? The other games were all tight 1-2 goal games, and this was the only one that was kind of a bit of a.
And no shot at the Stallions that game, because like we've seen from the past couple weeks, like they're moving on up too, right? And
Stallions are always
making their way up. Maybe it was the New Jersey debut is scary, and I don't know if you saw that actually. They all have brand new matching Stallions jerseys, so no more from 5,000 years ago and whatever. They all have matching, even Chris. So they look like a team out there.
Nerves, the jersey nerves,
exactly.
for sure. Well, like things will change though. Like that's what we're going to talk about a little bit later.
We're
too,
so close and
we're one week away from ball playoffs at least, right?
Yeah.
And this next one, once I heard about this one.
So this one I watched pretty well the whole game, and it was just.
I am.
What a battle!
Happy but sad, like because I do love those Warrior boys.
Yeah, and I say that all the time. I pump their tires like no one else.
Man, they listen, they understand, and defensively they still do their thing. Like I was looking at stats while we were out. I
was just having a chuckle there before I forget. Shout out to Brandon Bowman and his wife, I believe. We were having a chat before his game, and I was like, "Okay, have a good game, buddy. All right, we'll see ya." And he walks right past his wife to give me a high five and says bye. And then just goes, and she was giving him shit. I loved it, Brandon. Just such a gamer and love the boys, but it was so funny. I was like, I'm a piece of chopped liver compared to her, man. I was like, go give her a hug.
He's got a crush on her.
Yeah, it was pretty funny to see.
Sign a contract.
I love the Bowman boys there.
Next year?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey?
No.
You are a UFA now.
Am I an RF? Okay, we'll talk about that later. But it looks like anyone named Bowman I'm in love with. Apparently, lots of love for the Bowman boys anyways. So,
But what I wanted to touch on with the Warriors is when we were going through the games played and whatnot, I did notice that, for one, Warriors have never allowed more than 7 goals, I think, in a game.
Yeah.
Let's keep in mind that the Warriors, and no offense, boys, Warriors have only won 1 game. And they've only allowed 7 goals. That's insane. Like, that's a really good stat. That really goes to show that they're a defense first. They just got to start burying their chances and scoring some goals. And even if you got to do it the dirty ways, boys, just...
Yeah, and I think they're actually working on some different stuff in different positions. Actually, I have an insider's report directly from the man himself that they are going to be without Matty Mancera for the rest of the year as he's going to be having surgery.
Oh, no, that's...
So that's...
a bit more of a blow.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this was the last one for Matty Mancera. I think he said maybe squeak in another one, but I feel like that's it. And he's shutting her down, so they're going to be without Matty Mancera. So
benched.
Yeah.
Troy injured.
Mills
injured.
Yeah.
Holy
So short bench, we'll see if it works for them. If not, they're just going to have to battle hard. But, I mean, they got, like, Robinson, that... Man, every week I watched it. He was so
good, man.
Strong with that ball.
Yeah, he's good.
Like I was like, every single time I was like, no one's taking that off him. He literally could do whatever he wanted with that ball, and no one was going to do anything about it.
Looks like Happy Gilmore's caddy, but fuck me, he's a good hockey player.
That was a good defensive matchup. Steve-O and Jay Robinson, those two shut down defensemen going at each other there. Like, good matchup, but no, for sure.
The dirty.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Dirty Boys were able to walk away with their first dub, just like the Dolphins lost their first. The top.
I know. I was looking at there. I meant to make a reference to Steve-O. Not that they were facing each other. I know. No, it was a stupid reference I made there, but you know what I was talking about.
I got you.
I wasn't trying to say they faced each other. I messed up.
Let's talk about.
Anyways, yeah.
The boys. They pumped the Warriors there 5-4.
Yeah.
So Warriors, like I said earlier, you got the defensive part down pat.
But it was also
work on the offense, get some of the nasty ones.
I never told you this part either, but your boy, and they can attest to this because I had a couple comments after this. Your boy went into the Dirty Boys change room before the game, and I had a chat with a couple of the boys there. And
which boy? Because I got lots of boys.
All the Dirty Boys. I went into the room and.
Oh, you're like you.
Yeah, okay. yeah. No, I went into.
Gave them a little.
Yeah, because we were in the same room, so my bag was there. I just left it in there. I was gonna go air out my stuff before I played puck, and I just said, I was like, boys, like you guys can do this. Like you have just work through Amir, work through Sauce, and stand there for Hogle.
Do that already.
Oh, I know, but just give him that confidence. And I think it was Stuart Nixon. I was like, you're bearing one today, and Michael Brian, I was like, you're bearing one today. And
once you went in and gave them that little bit of confidence,
I think that's what did it, man.
That's what it
was.
Okay.
They owe their win.
Well, I guess you know what. Hogle will take any credit on silly things like that, so you should take credit on Hogle's big W.
But let me say, Amir Akbari, 1 goal. Jay Saucier, 1 goal. Michael Bryan, 2 goals. Stuart Nixon, 1 goal. The 4 guys that I were talking to. So, I don't know, you tell me if that's related.
Was there 5 guys on the team? Or
no, they did. And it was also Seb, who I said we needed a big game out of Sebi, and he got 2 assists for them.
Sebi's.
And I think they were without a couple guys again. Who was... Oh, Mark Haskinet, too. He was another one that I had a chat with. Who's there? Patrick Carroll. I don't know if I know you too well, Patrick, but definitely by your face. It's just the name probably that's throwing me off here. But you guys played a hell of a hockey game, and you wanted to win. We could tell you wanted to win. And Hogle, we could tell you didn't want to lose, man. And I had a big talk with you, Hoagie, and I know you got some stuff coming up that I have to chat with my buddy here, Bowman. We got some cool stuff going on. So
I got there pretty early last week. We played the first one, right?
Yeah.
And I got there probably 1 o'clock or so.
Yeah.
Hogle was already there.
So let me tell you this.
He was getting ready already.
So let me tell you this. At 2 this weekend, right? Hogle was there. He stayed for every single game, including puck.
Yeah, eh?
He didn't leave. He loves it. He's just a hockey guy.
Yeah.
And
Sports.
He's such a good guy, too. Hoagie, I love you, buddy. And I'm so glad you got the win there. But Warriors, you guys are facing each other again next week. So, Dirty, it's time to show that you're the better team. But Warriors, it's also time for you to show that.
Could have some implications.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that redemption, right? Like,
that game could have...
I know you guys weren't happy, and I know there was some barking going on. I'm not going to get into that because that's your own business.
Before we dive into that, let's talk about the...
no, absolutely.
Into the 2 puck games.
Yeah, I want to talk about... You can get... I got both, actually. You weren't there.
Yeah.
So.
Give her.
Oh, we were facing a beaten up and broken Brandon Camisa, who is still 40,000 times better than anyone I've ever played with. So, I got to tell you, man, he looked like a mess, but he still looked amazing out there.
Right.
Holy shit. 7 goals? Maybe 1 assist accidentally?
He's listening, so you be careful.
I was giving him crap all game. I don't think he wanted to fight me. He turned me down a couple times. I think Sassman wanted to go me, but I couldn't do that. I couldn't wreck with my bunnies because we can get into this as well. For the 2nd week in a row, because we didn't see each other, we didn't talk last week. Me and Keenan had a collision, and let me tell you.
No wonder Keenan on the side says, "Get me away from that lunatic."
Last game, I knocked Keenan over. I hurt his wrist. I felt like shit. Let me tell you, this time for round 2, I did not win that battle. Keenan put me right on my ass, right on the collarbone, shoulder area. Oh my god! Oh yeah. Behind it. I could tell because first thing he said was, "We're even now."
Did he lower it?
No,
did he lower it?
Yeah. Like, so, man, but it was an intense battle. I mean, I think we just were missing Manny there, who's a big player for us too.
Yeah, it sucked.
Big Joe Pacone, 2 goals, 5 assists, I think.
That's standard.
Aiden McNally, who kind of with the coming out party with 5 goals and an apple. So
there's so much more goals in puck than there is.
I know. But just even like the dominant players, like scoring them. You know what I mean? Like it's not like Bowman's gonna have a 5-goal night every night. You know what I mean? But it's kind of regular for Camisa to have that.
For sure.
So those dominant guys like Pacone played well, and like Luch had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
I would say Luch is probably our best defensive player, and Broadbent we should have won this one. This one was kind of taken over by Camisa in that little last couple minutes. I had to time keep the last 2 minutes because I knew I wasn't going to play. And they just threw me in the booth for a bit, and I was swearing and yelling because we were losing. I kept forgetting to stop the time of the clock because I was just...
you guys
were it was my team, right? No, we were winning, and then we were... okay. I guess I said that wrong. We lost our lead, is kind of what I was trying to say, but... No, just your team,
I hate
you got your guys that... You missing it, they didn't need you.
9-9.
They probably did, but...
It's a good game. For sure. Was Brindley there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sprindley was there, and I know that because I scored on him. Shout out to you, Brandon. Thanks for that.
On.
Nice little backhand dish. But no, it was a fun game, and this was the first game, sorry boys, that I felt we actually had a chance at winning. Maybe besides that phantom Camisa game last time where we tied, but we lost.
That one was amazing.
Because Leach can't do math.
That was amazing. That was the best game-winning goal.
But I loved it. Oh, actually, and that was also the debut of Nick Bosco reffing.
Bozzy, yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I mean, at least for me.
Thanks
Maybe
for
he's done
jumping in there, Nick.
So that was cool. But let's get over that. Ty, not much to go over there. But
so the next one too. Did you watch it?
I did not. I went right home because it was a long day for me. I was tired.
An absolute shellacking. Stevie's team with a 10-3 dub.
But again, I think it was just another Henry Magic night and Jesse Beaulieu and
the team's actually pretty wild. They're
like
stacked up.
who's not good on that team, right?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It's basically half the mutts with some of the best puck players and tier 1 players we've seen all in one. Playing with the best goalie, arguably, in puck with Jeff
what
Kingdon,
it is,
right? So,
boys. It is what it is.
Yeah.
As long as you're there, you're smiling.
A Vecino-less Vecino team, which is a big loss for sure.
That's 7 goals. That's probably a 10-10 game there.
That Michael Finnegan's no one to scoff at. I mean, I think Finn was there. I don't see Finn missing a game. Not 100%. Sorry, Finn, if you weren't there. That could be a reason it was 10-3.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Like it's like if you have no Vecino, you got Finn. It's almost like kind of when we were on our bunnies run. If you're not facing Leach, you're facing Bowman. If you're not facing one guy, it's another. Like it's so deep. All these teams are all deep, right? And
that's what I love.
Trying to keep it all even.
You know what? Let's jump into the standings of it all. I don't think I've got.
We'll go back for. Oh yeah, well Puck's easy, but we can go back there.
Puck,
so that was it for Puck and ball for that week.
Puck, I think everybody knows what the standings.
Yeah, it's been pretty well the same.
Yeah. Puck standings, Team Stevie, 13 points. Then it's Camisa and Vecino.
Have they lost more than one game?
Tied with 9.
Lost in a tie. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And everybody has a tie now.
Yeah. We got our first point, so congrats, boys.
Yeah, so you guys are getting schmucked. You have 1 point. Like a third and second are tied with 9 points.
Yeah. And unlike ball, we have 2 more matchups.
And everybody's relatively scored the same amount of goals.
Team, yeah, I think maybe we're a bit
defensively,
lower,
I think Stevie, you guys are a bit lower. But mind you, we've let in a lot of goals.
Oh, and you know what? For my game, I completely forgot to mention this. It was a big game from Dylan Walker as well. It would have been a lot worse if we didn't have Walks in that. He played well. So shout out to you, Walker. I didn't want to miss that at all because you did have a great game. 9-9 doesn't show. I think
how many stops you have to make a puck. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. When you got that Camisa guy coming down, he probably could have had 20 goals, but
break your hand. But so, do you want to talk about the standings now, or next week's games, and then how the standings are and how they can change?
So let's go right into next week because that involves the standings. And
game 1 should be a doozy.
I'm excited for this week. This is the first time we're playing at 5 all year long. But going back to the 2:00 game, talk about a big matchup.
Both teams coming off of big L's.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself. And I think NWR sadly has strung a couple L's.
4 losses in a row. I think.
Is that what it is?
I think Lanzo's meme. They've been. Since.
Someone needs to make a meme of Lanzo's meme as the pictures on the door there.
Well, I'm not into. I was into it early in the season. It's
just photoshopped NWR on all 4 doors. but no.
They started the season 4-0. They're now 4.
Redemption game for you boys.
4.
Yeah. And remember, it's playoff time.
Started the season 7-1. Now they're 7-0. And now they're 7-1. Right? They're both coming off the L.
Donkeys, yeah.
It should be an exciting one because NWR, we'll talk about potential.
And these all have playoff implications, right? Like
totally.
So we'll get into that again after,
right?
and
then same with this next one.
Same matchup as last week.
Dirty Boys and the Warriors, and I'm excited because I didn't get to see that one last week.
Oh,
I'm really wanting to see that one this week.
We'll get most of the Bunny Boys there watching everything early. I think we're all going to be watching and writing
make
stats.
Sure it's sativas and not into couches, so I can really pay attention. And even the one before us is going to be wicked because I can vividly remember the Mutts W over the Amigos earlier in the season, and I remember it being big for Leach, like he had a huge game.
Yeah.
And so watch out because the Amigos are different now than they were at that point in time.
And I know one of the first.
I think the Mutts are also like maybe after last week 9 goals, maybe they're back. That should be a good one.
Oh, I was just saying, I think one of the first battles of goaltenders I came into the league for, and I've seen it a couple times, is Sid Davis versus Eric Leach. And I've seen that matchup a couple times, and it's always a good matchup when those two are going at each other.
And they're both got lots of firepower.
Exactly.
And then we've got us at 5 with the Bunnies and the Stallions.
A team we have a lot of history facing.
Totally. And then that's what's great about this. So let's go over the standings as of today. So you guys will see this.
Also, just quickly, it goes Donkeys, NWR 2, Dirty Boys, Warriors 3, Amigos, Mutts 4, Bunnies versus Stallions 5.
5, yeah. And then the puck games, I'm not sure, but we played you last week. So it's probably us and Stevie's team. So Camisa versus Stevie.
I think we face you guys again.
I'm not sure. We
I
got 2 more weeks apart before playoffs.
That's why it's a little bit different. But
so as of today, okay, hang on. Are you checking or no?
Yeah.
As of today, the Donkeys are on top. 14 points in 8 games. Then we got the Bunnies in second with 12 points.
Yeah.
We got the Mutts in third at 10 points.
Right on our tail.
Then the Amigos, fourth with 9. NWR has dropped to 5th with 8 points. Then you got the Stallions with 6 points. Then you got the Warriors with 3 and the Dirty Boys with 2.
No, sorry, we're facing Stevie's team.
Okay.
Then you versus Vecino.
So Camisa versus Vecino, Stevie versus Tyler.
6 and 7. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So with next week's matchup, the Donkeys have solidified first place. Because the Donkeys beat the Bunnies.
Yes, yeah, you're right. I was going to say best we can do is tie,
points,
right? Yeah.
And they'd have to head-to-head.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
But let's say NWR wins, and that puts them up at 10 points. So as of today...
Yeah, get out your pens and papers to follow all this math here, folks, because this is a lot of changing things.
As of today, that would push them above the Amigos. And I'm not sure about their head-to-head with the Mutts.
Who's that?
NWR.
We don't want to get stats wrong here.
Are the Mutts on the meme? I believe so.
I think they are. I think they were one of the first teams that they beat, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I don't want to say stuff wrong.
Yeah.
We're all about real facts here.
But that's the thing, is that we're so close to each other that
they did. NWR beat them 7-3.
Okay.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So, if NWR wins and the Mutts lose, NWR could jump up. See, this is getting tricky. Okay?
Do I need to tell you how to do this, or you got it?
Well, no, because then if the Amigos...
I know you're not a math guy. But...
If the Amigos win and they beat the Mutts, that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
They got to play each other.
Yeah.
So if the Amigos... They'll jump ahead of the Mutts.
Yeah.
And then if NWR loses and Amigos win... Then Amigos would be in third, Mutts fourth, potentially NWR fifth, unless the Stallions win. You guys following this bullshit?
I'm not following this anymore, but...
And if the Stallions win, the Stallions beat NWR, so if NWR loses and the Stallions win, NWR could drop down to 6th place.
Yeah, anything can happen next week, boys. Like, it's...
And the only thing that can't, change realistically is we know 7 and 8 is Warriors and Dirty Mike. We just
don't know which order it is yet either,
who's
right?
sitting where.
Which,
right?
Man,
So 1-2 is locked up.
Yes, that is the one thing. 1-2 is for sure locked up because we have to go ahead on
the Mutts.
The Mutts, yes.
Correct.
And we won't face them again.
Correct.
So no matter what, we get second, Donkeys get first. Because we have no shot at them because of that.
So that's my favorite part about playing at
1 and 2 is
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
5 o'clock, we'll know everything.
Yeah. I think all the buddies are going to get their standings.
And I'll throw the game and let the Stallions win to have NWR drop. Like, I'll do it.
Yeah, who gives the best offer in the parking lot, boys?
I'm just joking. Obviously, I play to win. But, fuck, it's going to make
it's going to look bad if we lose now.
I know, right?
We better fucking win.
It's going to be a fun week, though.
Shit.
That's an exciting week, just
Absolutely.
with how much can change.
Yeah.
Right? Fantastic.
Yeah. No.
And each game, to me, is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that... I think they'll all be close ones again.
Well, I don't know. How's our run time here?
We're sitting at 30.
Okay, so we're good to go then.
Yeah.
To talk. Do you want to go through, did you write down the... Because I can check that stuff easily.
What's that? Did I write down the points,
stuff?
guys?
Did you want to go through that? Or?
We can if you want.
It looks like we got some time, right? So.
Okay. What?
Are we good? This is all figured out? Like we went through all the implications?
I do have the top 10.
Yeah, you did them, right? Yeah.
I do have the top 10 if you want.
Okay, cool. So let's do that for a sec.
I know the 10's hard to see, but you know who it is. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Big tie there with points. Funny enough, the one I can't see, that I only see a little. Yeah. All I see is Bowman. Yeah. But we already talked about that. We know that you and Yeats. Thompson Yeats is Thompson Yeats. I won't say just Yeats. I'll be respectful to both your names. Bowman and Thompson Yeats, you guys are tied at 28. This is for ball, by the way. Just making sure everyone knows. Keenan's right up your alley with 27.
He's right there. Hashtag Keenan for scoring champ.
I think Keenan, once I gave you crap about having too many goals, you started getting assists again, and I can't say anything about you, man. You've been hell of a teammate, and I love playing with you each and every week.
So fun to play.
There's not enough I can say about you, and we can talk about that later. I'll tell you to your little whispers in your ear there, but Lengel used to be number one, but
I think I chirped him a little earlier.
He's slowed down a little bit,
against NWR. Watch him throw up 10 points.
Exactly. You're only 5 back, from the top, but and right in the mix too is Sutton. Yeah. Every one of the top 5 has over 20 points, so I salute you boys. That's pretty. What, 8 games, 9 games? That's pretty damn good to 20 points.
I have missed a game.
Every guy has over.
Just so you know.
About equal. Yeah. You know that. You missed a game. So against the Donkeys.
The Donkeys, too.
With this next beauty I want to talk about at number 6, Matthew Heminger, who I don't think we've seen full Hemi this year. And Leach said that in our, what was it, the best player in the league thing.
1,000%.
I don't think anyone's seen Hemi at 100%. I don't even think Hemi's seen Hemi at 100%. At least not this season, but... Be on the lookout for this guy in the playoffs.
Tired, but maybe he's just saving it.
I think it's going to heat up in the playoffs. And
more than likely.
And another swamp donkey we got in the mix there, Jesse Babcock. I think all 3 Babcocks, they all kind of play in and out of each other, right? And they all know what's going on. So Jesse's leading the Babcock pack there. And here's another Jesse, one of my favorite Jessies. Jesse Bulliu. I hope I say your name right, buddy, but I'll just go Jesse because that's what I know you as, and that's what I call you. And
best defenseman in the league.
3 goals with 14 assists.
Right.
And you remember that Jesse's he's played 1 game less than everyone else, and as far as I know, he has the most assists in the league this season. So
for sure. And could you imagine if he wasn't if he would just shoot a little bit?
I know, if he wasn't afraid of the ball. I've never met anyone who's so scared of shooting.
He just does it. He's like Thomas Caberlet, 100%.
Well, that's why him and Shell are so good together, right? Shell loves shooting it. Jesse hates shooting it. Jesse scaredly passes it to him, and then Shell goes and bangs one in. But we got a 3-way tie, looks like, here with Jesse and then Mr. Loken on the Amigos. We got another Amigos guy up in the top 10. That's 3 in the top 10. So,
well, and you know what?
Pretty impressive, boys.
It's actually, when I looked at it, it's 3 bunnies, 3 donkeys, 3 Amigos, and Muse.
And then a Warrior. Yeah, Musey.
Right? Which, when I've talked about how they need a little more offense, it's crazy and awesome to see you there, Muse. So,
well, Muse, I know you had a tough one last week, buddy, and we don't need to get into that because what happened, and
he just plays so hard.
You guys love the game, and your team is so passionate, and that's one thing I knew from the Warriors from the beginning is you guys.
It's the best part about them.
You guys are so damn passionate, and
it's the best part about.
And I know a lot of you have known each other a very long time. Like Tom and Brian and stuff. Yeah, exactly. You guys go back far. So I know there's a lot of love there, and I know you guys don't hate each other, and there's nothing negative there necessarily, and you just love each other so much you want to motivate each other.
No hockey player wants to lose, man.
Exactly. They want to win, right? And I understand you're on a team it's kind of how we felt with the Bunnies last year.
Well, and it was the first.
It was tough sometimes.
We gave them their first win of the year, man. Like, that's a shitty one to take, right?
Yeah.
So shake it off. You got another week, and like
I said, Musey, be a leader in there and get the boys going.
You guys win. You beat Dirty Mike. Yeah. Then you play the Bunnies.
Yeah.
If you guys lose to Dirty Mike, you play the Donkeys.
So basically, whoever wins that game,
do what you feel is best for you.
Whoever wins that game plays us. Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So
that's the way she goes.
Whoever wants the Bunnies more, I guess.
Yeah. Whoever, if you know, and you should be more scared of us than the Donkeys. Like, throw the game, boys. Throw the game. No, have fun out there, each and every one of you.
Yeah, exactly.
We know times are starting to get more serious.
Yeah, we gotta say that for sure.
We gotta make sure we're still having fun.
Because boys, if you're not enjoying it, what's the point of showing up there, being there for 4 hours all day? You have your kids kicking and screaming in the back car because they're mad that they're going to hockey.
I'll tell you what, if you're taking it too serious, then just come outside with me on the Sunday and chill out with me outdoors for a few minutes and partake in our wonderful stuff from Northern Tokes. And I'm guaranteeing you'll be fine and kosher and feeling better by the end of our conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean,
our sessions
and if you don't partake, we have a lot of guys that just love talking. Like, I know me and Hoagie have had some great talks and some down times, and even in the arena, social media, whatever. You guys just want to talk hockey. Me and Bowman love talking hockey. We'll talk to all of you, and
of course,
and we love it here.
Respectfully, honestly, passionately.
Absolutely, yeah.
With dignity, and that's why we do this, boys. We try to lighten the moods. I know losing sucks. Losing's no fun. Sometimes your goalie shows and he doesn't play well, and it's hard. You hang your heads, or sometimes your star players aren't being star players, and sometimes your lazier players are being extra lazy. But we're all there for fun.
Yeah.
You know, you can let it out for a quick steam, and then that's it. You get back to having fun. And I'm looking forward to next week and then going into the playoffs.
Which I do have to say, all considering with how close these matchups were, it was pretty clean hockey. I don't think anyone was smacking I don't think there was any dirty penalties.
Which sets us apart from every other hockey you'll ever find.
Pretty good, boys.
Anywhere. We're fun. We're there for a good time, right?
Absolutely.
So I can't wait for next week's episode because next week will be a big playoff preview. So you guys checked out a lot of Mob McKenzie's stuff. He's all over the place.
He's doing great for us here.
Yeah, Mob's doing big things. Thanks again to our other staff, our Picones, our leeches.
Yeah, thank you to everyone.
Leechy boy,
honestly.
you're the top shelf. Sassy inputting stats. Doing his other things.
Even Chrissy timekeeping, whatever. Like, everyone helping out.
Our whole community. Even the guys that do just kind of hang out there and shoot the shit with everybody. And the guys that love being there. Shout outs to my entire Durham Inline No Offsides community. Yeah. We love you. Thanks for tuning in again. And I guess see you guys right before playoffs.
Yeah. We'll see you next week, fellas.
Cheers, lads.
Don't forget that this episode of No Offsides has been brought to you by Northern Tokes. Northern Tokes, be open.